Did you feel that last night? Did you feel those energies come in? I'm going to unpack it because we got to talk about it. I'm going to tell you what I felt physically because these are different. I've never felt this vibration, never. And then I'm going to unpack emotionally, what it's doing emotionally and spiritually, and how this will continue to unfold over time. Now, I got to say, this was unexpected for me because y'all, there has been so much hype around this weekend, this October 30th, 31st through November, the stuff with 3i Atlas and what's going on with, I don't know, there's a whole stuff, right? Like my feed is full of it. But you know me, I'm not a dates girl. And I have a hard time getting hyped up when there's a lot of expectation. And so I was like, hey, wait and see. But yeah, prophecy fulfilled. So I felt them start to come in last night, October 30th, as I was going to bed. I could hear them periodically. I could hear them and a few little tingles, but I wasn't really feeling much. And I think Spirit took mercy on me, had pity on me, and waited until I was in bed to start them, because once they started, whoo, lordy, they were intense and it was all night. Now, I have been physically feeling these energies since 2017, since I was woken with a vision and told it is my role to help anchor these energies, these ascension transformative energies. But so over the years, they've increased both in frequency and intensity. I have a whole playlist about that called Energy Waves, and I talk about this in some of my events. Now, most often, the waves I get are, they kind of feel like anesthesia in a way, very heavy, this drugged feeling, sort of woozy, sleepy, and it's like a weighted blanket kind of feeling. I also feel a lot of ones that are tingly, prickly, like being electrocuted, not like pain. Well, some of them are painful, but mostly just this feeling of being filled with electricity or feeling electricity through my skin. This energy started like the electricity a little bit, but it was totally different. And I've been racking my brain all day trying to figure out how to describe them. I'm sorry, the best I can come up with is sparkly. It felt sparkly. It felt like I was champagne in a glass, or I was the glass and the energy was the champagne. Bubbly, light, lots of little pops. It just sparkly. But when I say light, it was still really intense, like a very, very strong sensation, but pleasant, like a pleasant sensation almost. Now, something else that's interesting about these particular waves is most often when I feel them, or just before I feel them, my heart chakra is opened and I can feel that portal opening and the energies coming through that portal. I did not feel that last night. There was little to no heart energy. This was something totally different. However, today, I want to say around noon mountain time, the bliss waves came in. And what's so fascinating about this is that they came in immediately after I read the breaking news that a judge has blocked the rescinding of SNAP benefits. There can be no coincidence there. Now that's interesting too, because in my latest channeled event, Ascend with the Solar Flash, Spirit said that all of this ascension stuff would culminate in a solar flash, yes, but it's essentially already begun. It's both one magnificent experience as well as years of a prolonged experience of the energies coming and them building and expanding everyone who is able to feel and anchor them. And they said, when these waves culminate, complete, we will be left feeling the bliss. Those who are in the fullness of their ascension will get to feel that divine love and keep that state. So what I'm personally experiencing is that although I've been anchoring these waves, like I said, 8 years now, and it's been easier for me to be in the heart energy, to feel divine love and to carry that within me. The more these waves are coming, the more they open that bliss and allow it to stay. So it's like I'm being acclimated to that place to where I can just feel that and radiate it and be it all the time. So that's the number one of how these energies are going to continue to unfold and how they will affect people. And if you go back, I want to say, I think it was last weekend, I did a video where I said, what if we had a dramatic awakening experience right now that opened the hearts of the people? And I laid forward a series of hypotheticals. How would it affect politics if people suddenly woke up with that divine love? And the more I am getting these bliss waves, the more I am like, that's right on the money. That is exactly what will happen. And as these waves have come in this week, and as they're going to continue coming continually, more frequently, more intensely, and as people do more healing and more awakening, they're able to hold more of them. This is what we're building to. There was, however, one very unexpected side effect of this energy today. It was probably an hour or two before the bliss came in. I was actually feeling a lot of grief. And it may just have been specific to something I was thinking of, but it makes sense that as the love comes in, what also is triggered are the times we experienced the lack of love. And so the grief for those experiences is also being processed right now. All the times we were betrayed or hurt or we didn't receive love, these things are going to be triggered, and we're going to have to process them and work through them. And that's really true of all our wounds right now, regardless of whether or not they have to do with being hurt or love. All of our wounding is being triggered by these energies, which is another reason I've done so many light circles and focused so much of my energy on helping you heal, because these energies aren't just tingly and bubbly and expansive. They trigger. They are like aggregators. They shift and stir up all the gunk we haven't been able to deal with, which, if you've been following me for a long time, that's what I've been saying about politics. This is our dark night of the soul. This is the period of revelation, where everything that we have not fully seen or that we've been ignoring or suppressing is rising to the surface so loudly, so dramatically, we can't ignore it anymore. And we're dealing with it collectively. So as above, so below. Our own personal ick is being brought to the surface. So people who are really resisting awakening, expansion, healing, resisting being the good guy, they're going to get crazier, and they're going to just be beat over the head to get them to have an awakening. But for those of us who are riding the waves, who are leaning in, opening up, doing our healing and expansion work, it's going to get easier. It's going to get easier to release, to heal, to just send our shit up with the waves. Here you go. Thank you. And that opens us up to more bliss. So even as people tend to get crazier out there, we don't have to stay in this tangle, in this dance with them. We can lean into the bliss. We can use the energy for release and lean into the bliss. I am so excited to see how these continue, because according to what I've been hearing, both from astrologers and others, these are going to keep building, and they're going to peak around the winter solstice at the end of the year. So strap in, fam. This is just the beginning.